Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Elizabeth Cook, and I am one of your librarians at Citrus. So today we are going to talk about how to use the library website for your upcoming research project. So before we jump into your worksheet, which you should have, I'm just going to show you the library website real quick and show you some things that you can do, including contact a librarian, which I think is really one of the most important things we have on our website because we are here to help you. This might be your first big research project, but it's not the first one we've helped with. So never hesitate to reach out to us and see, what we can do to help you. There's lots of ways to reach us. You can always, always, always come into the library, say hi, come to the research help desk. If you don't want to do that, I completely understand. You can also reach us via email, text, call us. We're on Facebook and Instagram. I'm happy to answer you there. And we have this chat function right down here that is going to follow you around. As long as we are open, there is a live human being at the other end of these. It is not a chat bot, nothing like that. Live person at the other end. So yeah, which brings me to when we're open. We are here Monday through Thursday from 8 to 8 and Friday from 8 to 4:30. We're closed weekends and holidays, but if you have a question outside of our open hours, please never hesitate. Utilize any of these contact us methods and we will answer you as soon as we see it. So let's go ahead and get started on our worksheet, right? I'm going to kind of work my way through it. So hopefully you can follow along. And the good news is it's video. So if you have questions, you can always ask me or you can just rewind the recording. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to go to our databases. And we're going to go here to Gale eBooks. That's under our popular databases here. We're going to click on that. Gale eBooks is a collection of encyclopedias, and it's a really good place to start your research. So for what I'm going to start, I'm doing Song of Solomon. All right, cool. I can see I get 133 results here. But maybe I want to break that down a little bit. Maybe I'm looking for a specific type of result. To do that, I can go over here to document type under filter your results, click on that. And then I can see how it's broken down. I have 60 biographies, 47 topic overviews, etc. So that is how I can break that down there. And once I find one I like maybe I want to take a look here at this biography entry. I can click on that and it's going to show me when it was published, who published it, and how long it is. It's going to give me a little bit more like this, which is nice. And it's also going to give me a toolbar up here at the top that is going to be useful for saving my research, right? You don't want to repeat the same search over and over again and hope for the same results to get back to your research. If you find something that looks good, get it to yourself. You can send yourself the link, you can print it, you can download it, you can send it to your Google Drive, your OneDrive, or your email. And of course, you already know this, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you are creating something, if you did not create a specific thing for this essay, i.e., maybe you're using something from this article, you are going to have to cite it, right? So we cite for a lot of different reasons. And one thing I really, really like is the citation key right here. So it's going to give me an MLA citation. Kind of. I do caution you. Let me put that back on the screen for y'all. It's imperfect. It's a computer, so it's not thinking. So my best advice is to make it look like what your instructor wants it to look like. I'm sure you've been given some sort of reference. Look at that, make it match that, and you're going to be golden. Okay, our next database we're going to look at is Gale Literature. So it's also under popular databases. It's our second one here. It was my dog shaking in the background. So Gale Literature, you'll notice it looks a lot like Gale eBooks. It does, but the content is very different. So if you find yourself stuck and not getting the results you think you're supposed to be getting, make sure you're in the right database. Sounds kind of obvious, but it's happened to all of us, including me. So for this one, we're going to go over here to advanced search. And that's going to give me some more options here. Now what I'm going to do is type in Song of Solomon into the name of work line here. Now you see how it wants to fill things for me. I can use that. It is available, but I don't always like to because it puts it in quotation marks. And to a database, what that does is tells the database, I want those words in that order. So it can kind of jack up my results if I'm not careful. I'm going to take it out and see what I have here. So I get 70 results. All right, not too bad, not too bad. And again, if I want to break it down by type, I can always go to document type here, or I can go over here and just take a look at how it's broken down. I have 70 literature criticism, 33 biographies, etc. So that is our Gale literature sources here. So now we're going to take a look at some of our research guides. I'm going to go back here to the library homepage. Under research help, you'll see guides by subject. We make a lot of different guides for our classes. We're interested in two specific ones for English 101 though, because that's the class we're in. So I'm going to go to English and Literature, click on that. First, I'm going to start with English 101 fiction resources. So fiction means storytelling. So let me click on that. So yay, neat, all of our information here, lots of different stuff, different ways of looking at things. What I'm interested in right now is the print and ebooks tab. So I'm going to click on that. You'll see I have a bunch of stuff listed here, things that other classes have been using, things that we think that might be interesting. But what I want right now is this middle bar here. I want to look at the catalog for a particular title. Now, I've been assigned Fahrenheit 451 criticism. I'm going to type that in and click here. So here is Fahrenheit 451 criticism. Now, I do caution you, I was lucky I spelled it right the first time. I don't always spell things right the first time. So if you feel like you should be getting results, check your spelling. Unlike Google, it won't correct your spelling and say, did you mean X? Which is kind of a bummer because that's usually how I get things. So, all right, now what I'm interested in is things that are available online. So I have that. And if I'm looking for a particular type of results, I can go down, like, let's say I want books. I can click books here and get those. Right, so I don't know if you're comfortable using ebooks, but I think they're pretty helpful when it comes to research because you can go through them a lot easier. If you want to take a look, notice that I just clicked here, available online, then it's going to show me where it's available. We have this in two different spots. You click it, it's going to open up. Boom, there's my book. So I have that. Now what I'm going to do is go back to my fiction guides. I'm sorry, my nonfiction guide. We looked at fiction, we're going to nonfiction. So that's right here. And here, a little bit different, right? Got a little bit of a different picture. You got a brain as opposed to a Frankenstein meme, but we have our tabs up here at the top. And once again, we're going to be looking at print and ebooks. So stuff, we have print books, we have ebooks, and we have our catalog here. So in this case, we're going to look up I Am Malala. Okay. So wow, I have a lot of stuff, right? I have some videos, I have some articles. Again, I just want to see books. So I'm going to go down to books and click on that. And I could click available online, but I can see that all of them say available online. So I'm pretty good there. So back at my guide, I'm going to take a look at our next database, which is opposing viewpoints in context. And there's a couple of ways to get to this. In our nonfiction guide, it's going to be here under news and media. Boop. But I can also go to databases, click the letter O, or just scroll down, and there it is as well. But since we're here, let's go through here. So opposing viewpoints, let's click on it. Now, Opposing Viewpoints is a terrific database for social issues, contemporary things. It's updated constantly, which is terrific, and lots of different types of information. So I have a couple of ways I can search this. I can always put in my search terms here, or I can go to this little light bulb and click Browse Issues, which is what I'm going to do. And the issue that I'm going to take a look at is censorship. So I'm going to scroll down. It's in alphabetical order. Click on censorship. And here it's going to give me an overview of the topic and then the different types of sources that I have. I really like this because I think it's important to look at different types of sources when you are doing research, right? And also sometimes, we learn about different things different ways. So this provides me with academic journals and podcasts and videos and biographies and newspaper articles and magazine articles, and that's great. See, I can see I have, 5,386 news articles. Terrific. That's a lot though, right? Like maybe I don't want to read, I definitely don't want to read all those. There's no maybe, you don't want to read all those. So what I would suggest is thinking, okay, well, what specifically am I interested in? When I am recording this for you, it's right after Banned Books Week. So I'm going to look up book banning. As a librarian, it's a topic that's near and dear to my heart. Let's take a look here. So I'm going to click book banning. I typed it right in. Let me go back and explain what I did. You could see it, but I feel like I should explain it too. I'm going to go down here to search within results. You see where this is? Search within results. This is going to allow me to search within all of these things for this specific topic. So I'm going to click that. It's going to start me out on viewpoints, but what I'm going to do if I'm interested in news, I can go over here to news, click on that and get 71 articles, right? So the neat thing about this is, you see it's called Gale in Context. It's another Gale database, which means that everything we talked about with our first couple databases still applies here. You still have this toolbar up here at the top and all of those options. The good news is that there's really only, 3 or 4 major database companies. So once you know how to use the database, those skills are kind of interchangeable. The content of each database is going to be very, very different, but the functionality is going to be the same. Think of it as their branding, right? Okay, so that is our opposing viewpoints. Now what we're going to do is go back to the library catalog. So I'm going to go back to the library homepage. So I'm going to click on the banner here at the top of the guide. You can get back anytime by that. And this is the library catalog, right? It's called OneSearch. I can sometimes find it a touch overwhelming because it is searching everything. So that's why I like to show databases as well, because sometimes a database can give you a more focused group of results, which is better. But if you want to see everything we have in the library, let's do it. You were given a story as an assignment for this. I was not, so I'm going to stick with Toni Morrison. So criticism. Okay, so I go to Toni Morrison criticism and I search all the things and it gives me 2,100 results, and that's just what's in our library. I can go beyond the library if I so choose. But let's just say I want to stick within what we have immediately accessible at our library, and I really want a book. So what I'm going to do here is go down to material type, click on that, go to books, got 544. So you'll see a lot of them do say available online, but sometimes you'll see this available second floor book stacks. What does that mean? Well, that means that it's a physical book available on the second floor of the library. Every item in the library has a call number attached to it. That's that 813. The numbers all mean something, but this isn't a library science class, so don't worry about that. Just know that we group like information together. So if you are upstairs looking at something and you see something interesting, look to your left, look to your right, you're going to find similar stuff. You can check out any book on the second floor with your Citrus ID. You don't have your Citrus ID, that's cool. You can get it at the library, one-stop shopping. But I'm more interested in things I can access right now from my couch. So let's look at available online. Cool. Now, some of the things that we have, you'll notice are available online and as a physical copy. We try to do that whenever we can, but I want to see this. I'm going to click available online. Go over here and take a look. I don't know what your comfort level is with ebooks, but sometimes I think they're good for research. It is just like having the book in front of you. See, I can scroll through. There's my title page, my cover. Here's my editors, where it was published, when it was published. I can also find that information by using the citation key up here and seeing right here. But one of the things that I like about ebooks is that they have a function like this. Remember how in Opposing Viewpoints we did search within? We can do that within our ebooks too. So maybe you don't have time to read the entire ebook about criticism of Toni Morrison's work. I completely understand that. We know we're interested specifically in Song of Solomon. So if I go to search within and type in the title of my book, or my story rather, apologies, it's going to show me where it comes up, and I can click through page, to pick the page that I want and go from there. That will allow me to use the ebook as a source without having to read the entire thing. Now you can see that I have 0 of 1 copies available. Unfortunately, we only have 1 copy of this particular ebook. We try to get as many as we can. A lot of it depends on the publisher. If you feel like we should have more copies of something, please never hesitate under faculty and staff. Ignore that. Recommend a purchase. Fill out that form. I would love to buy things that you want. If it's an ebook for class, if it is, just something you want to read for fun, do let us know. I would be delighted to, buy that for you. The good news, of course, is that once I'm done with this and I click this little X here, it goes back into the catalog. And yet you don't have to wait for me to find it, 6 months from now under my car seat or something. It's back in, it's available for you to use. So that's the beauty of ebooks. And yeah, that is my whole kind of spiel here. We're back at our homepage. The end is just the beginning again. Like I said, the good news is that this is a video. So you can watch it as many times as you need to. However, if you, have a question, if maybe you're working on, I know your worksheet has some individual work and you have a question about it. If you are during business hours, please, and you need like an instant answer, utilize any of this. Call, chat, text, email, Facebook, Instagram, carrier pigeon, whatever. We're happy to answer you. We just want to make sure that you get the information that you need. Never, ever hesitate. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you're having a beautiful day and it continues that way. Thanks.